So you've just created an awesome product. It might be an iPhone stand or some kind of widget or a fidget toy, whatever it might be. Something simple, hard, and plastic. But you've been going through all of the injection molders, and it seems like it's a really hard thing to get started and also really expensive. They're wanting $1,000 for the mold, $10 or $50 or $100,000 for the mold. But you don't really want to afford that, and you want to know if people actually have the demand for the item. Well, 3D printing is probably one of the better options for you there, because printing will allow you to make the product on demand without having to have the high upfront cost of molds. And then as your product takes off, you're able to scale up and use the factories that other people have built to produce your product. This is how it would work. So Slant 3D operates a really giant 3D printing farm, hundreds to thousands of 3D printers operating all the time, making parts for customers like you. And they do it in a print-on-demand fashion. You can plug their Etsy plugin into your Etsy store or into your Shopify store. And then whenever a customer orders your product, it will come to the Slant 3D factory where it will be printed and then thrown in a box and shipped out the door. It is print on demand. But you want to make sure you set this up a little bit. If you have designed a completely original product, you want to make sure that it is 3D printable. The way of testing this is A, get yourself a 3D printer and make sure that it can be printed. Or you can upload the 3D models to the Print on Demand app with Slant 3D, which is a prototyping app on their website. You can upload the model, look at it, and then order it, and you will get a prototype in the mail. And then you will know if it fits together the way you expect and so on and so forth, and you can kind of adjust it for the Slant 3D systems. This is very often where most of the time is put into, but if you're an independent inventor, time is the trade-off in building your business. You are able to learn things and do things that a large organization can't, so you can be scrappy and iterate and try stuff. So this is the time to make adjustments around the system. Make sure that you have all the parts on a single print bed. Figure out how to design for print in place so that there's not assembly of the parts. Slant 3D does not do assembly. They don't add in third-party pieces. Whatever is printed is what goes into the box. So you want to design for that. And if you really want to get deep into the engineering, there is the whole Slant 3D YouTube channel where we talk about engineering and design of 3D printed parts. But once you've gone through that process, which is wildly less expensive than machining or injection molding all these parts and then finding out that you had a mistake, you can just plug straight into the print-on-demand applications that are available, and then whenever an order comes through, it will be printed and shipped. This keeps you from having to build a print farm. You don't have to learn how to manufacture stuff in China, and you're able to get your product out into the world to find out if people are actually interested in it. And then as you get feedback from customers, you can adjust the design over time and create new SKUs and new variations, different colors, different styles, different designs that were never possible if you had actually gone the route of injection molding in the first place. So 3D printing really should be an option for you for producing your product, because if you build on a large print farm like Slant 3D, you're able to get the first versions of it at very low cost without having to buy a mold. You're able to get them made in the USA so they're close to home, and you don't have to buy another one of the parts until somebody actually orders it from you. So you can make sure that you basically create a product for free where you're just putting in sweat equity to get the part designed and optimized. And then once somebody orders it, it is made and sent out to them, and then you're billed. You never have to buy a bunch of inventory, store it, and hope people buy your product. You're able to just post the product and go from there. So it's effectively getting your invention manufactured for free, because you don't have to go manufacture it. You just have to design it and then see if anybody would buy it.